hotness, so y'all can watch this growing journey on my way to be a botanist. I got this garden game on my kid. You should spice it up and grow like bosses.
Hey, what's up? It's Boss. We're looking at trimming some pepper plants today. I've got a couple growing in the Aerogarden here. On the left we have a Brazilian Starfish that you can see is growing way too vertically. On the right we have a KhangStarr Starracha Hornet, which is just bushy as heck and kind of getting overgrown. So I'm going to run you through just a real quick process of what I do to trim these guys. Some people are afraid to cut their pepper plants or to cut their plants at all, but really it's a part of healthy plant maintenance. So I'm going to jump right into it, and here we go. So the tool I'm using here is my Fisker's pointy pruners. If you see my other videos, I love these things. I use them for so much. They're great for fine control. So on the left with this starfish, I'm just going to top it, right? And that means I'm going to cut the top growth off right above a node. And look at that, whole branch. The point here is to try and stunt its upward growth and make it grow out bushier, grow some new side shoots. I've only got 12 inches of vertical space in this Aerogarden, and a little later on I'll show you the roots so you can see why I can't just pull this thing out easily and replant it. It's crazy underneath. But that's it for the Brazilian Starfish, right? He's done. I cut his tops off, and it's going to start growing a little more bushy, hopefully. I'll probably check on it in a few weeks, see how it looks, but getting into the Hornet is a little bit different measure. We have to be somewhat careful, but also pretty, into it with what we cut off. I'm going to cut off anything that looks like it might be damaged, anything that looks like it might be dying or dead. So curled leaves, things that got too close to the light, might have got burned, anything with spots on it, I'm going to go ahead and clip those off right away. And then I start looking at it to see, well, what do we need to do here from a balance and aesthetic point of view? So I'm going to be looking for anything that's too large. Some of these leaves are out of control. They're huge. They're blocking light to the lower parts of the plant, and I really want to make sure that I get those out of the way so that the entire plant is getting good amounts of light for photosynthesis, and that we're also not creating imbalance. Nature does a fairly good job of trying to create a balanced plant, but I'm not dealing with nature here. I'm dealing with an Aerogarden. So I want to make sure that I don't get one side too heavy so that it tips over. I'm going to go and fast forward for a little bit because watching me just prune this thing is not super exciting. The important thing is that I'm looking for anything that, like I said, might be a hindrance to the plant's growth. Dead, dying, damaged. I'm looking for anything that's, taking away good energy. I want this to really focus on growing those buds out into flowers and into peppers. So I'm going to cut away extra big leaves, things that are just soaking up a lot of energy, and kind of that return reward for a photosynthesis, process is not there for me right now. So this pepper is starting to look a little bit better. I really want to get it thinned out to the point where it's putting all of its energy into producing that fruit. It's not blocking light from hitting any other parts of it. And really, it looks a little bit better because it was an out-of-control monster like you saw at the beginning of the video. So I'm getting pretty close to being done here, and I'll show you in just a second. I took a lot off of these two plants. It's just two small pepper plants in a 12-inch Aerogarden, but check this out. I took a lot of leaves off, right? Look at that. That is a ton of foliage I took off of these things, and they're not hurt. They're not hurt at all. It doesn't phase them. So don't be afraid to prune your pepper plants, right? You need to take care of your plant. It needs a haircut every once in a while and make it feel happy. I'll check up on these in a couple of weeks, but I promise you they're going to look great. I'm really hoping within maybe 45, 60 days, I'm going to have some fruits that are starting to look mature and healthy. There's a flower already starting to grow. A couple days after I shot this video, flowers were bursting all over the place. So it's definitely not hurting the plant. It's what you need to do to help keep your plant healthy, balanced, and really focused on what you want it to do, which is produce peppers, right? That's why we do this. So if you have questions about pruning peppers, go ahead and hit me in the comments. I will reply to you. If you like this video, I got a lot more in store this year, so please subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell, but look at those roots. I will do a video before too long on pruning roots because that was a mess. I'm just going to start plugging it up. So that's all I got for today. This is Boss. Peace.
Hey yo, I grow that hotness. hotness, so y'all can watch this growing journey on my way to be a botanist. I got this garden game on lock, kid. You should spice it up and grow like bosses. I grow that hotness, so y'all can watch this growing journey on my way to be a botanist. I got this garden game on lock, kid. You should spice it up and grow like bosses.